welcome to another Let's Talk Tuesday. Amy Dobbs.
And I'm Jason Allen. Network Funding.
Dobbs Hills, Utah and Windermere. And today we are on a location. I don't know, can you drop a comment and tell us if you know where we're at?
It's pretty popular.
It's a great area, and we thought it was perfect for kind of the topic of today.
Yeah, I am going to pick your brain about maybe somebody that's in this income demographic, or not necessarily, I guess, in this income demographic, but somebody who is thinking about doing a 1031 exchange. There are some steps that they need to prepare for, and I want you to share with me what I need to know if I want to sell a business, a rental property, or a property that I use for business, all the steps that I need to be aware of.
One of your investment properties.
Yeah. Now, obviously, this video could be 30 minutes long.
It's true. We're just going to skim the surface.
Yeah.
Yes.
So, rule number one, what do you think the most important rule is when it comes to considering doing a 1031 exchange?
I think that it is definitely preparation. So knowing that that is what you want to do, and making sure that as you're talking with your agent, that you tell them, hey, I'm going to do a 1031 exchange on this, because with that in mind, you need to make sure that you have all of the things ready for when the house sells, because one of the big key factors with a 1031 exchange is that you as the seller can't touch the funds. So that's why you have to have a third party who's licensed and insured, who's an exchange company who will hold the money for you, and they have to open up a file for it and get it ready, because it is like a business transaction. Anyway, so preparation is number one.
I want to give you a pop quiz.
Okay.
On that subject.
All right.
Because I think I know the answer to this. What if I tell I have a rental property, I sell the rental property, and the title, and I take the money from the title company, the third party, but then I realize that I'm going to do a 1031. Can I send the money back?
No, it's game over. Game over for you. Sorry, but you can't. You can't have the funds touch you at all. They cannot touch you at all. Otherwise, you're going to pay the capital gains. That's kind of the rule.
All
so
right.
That's the answer. Sorry, game over.
So
that's why preparation.
Timing is everything. Time is of the essence. I mean, there are just so many things that have to do with timing. Okay, let's talk about timing. I sell the property, the money's sitting at the title company.
With the exchange, it's in the exchange company.
Yeah.
It's with a third-party exchange company.
Okay, I'm sorry. Thank you. And then how long, can I just take my time? Can I do this for over a few years and decide?
Oh no, this is something that you have to be prepared for, because you've got 45 days to identify a like property. And so, when I've done this with my clients and my investors, we put together a list of properties already that we are looking at, that we might possibly close on, that we might be in negotiation on, because you have to have a list of properties within the 45 days from the time that you've sold that property.
Okay, so I've identified the property, and then I can wait. I can take my time a year or two to.
You can't. It has to be closed.
What if the seller was willing to wait?
Yeah. So you're the seller, right? Or the seller on the other side that
buyer.
You're buying.
Yep.
Okay.
And so I identify my property within 45 days, and then me and the seller can dink around for a year.
No. So you have 180 days from that beginning start date to close. You have to fully close that transaction out. So funded and recorded, everything has to be done. So I'm always like the type of person who's like, ahead of schedule. Let's be ahead of schedule, because it's serious, because you'll be in, not a good situation if you pass that 180 days and you're not, closed. It's also game over for you.
Deep kimchi equals you got to pay taxes.
Yeah.
Do you know how much a capital gains tax are? I mean, I know you're not a CPA, but how about that for a pop quiz question?
That is a great question. Do you know what that is?
So I saw the calculation before we turned the camera on. It is 20%, depending on the property or how long you've owned it, but it's 20% plus. There's another number, and you know what we're going to do? If you know the answer to this, put it in the comments, but we can maybe do a follow-up. But there is a calculation, short of giving tax advice, that is really important to know if you get stuck paying capital gains. Because if it's just the 20% by itself, if you have an $800,000 property, my editor is going to be really happy I start throwing numbers out there, but if you have an $800,000 property that is now worth $1,800, right? You've got, $1 million in appreciation.
Right.
20% of $1 million if you didn't do a 1031.
Right.
It's $200,000 in tax.
Yeah.
I don't want to get into that. Okay.
Yeah, we're not CPAs.
Let's keep it easy.
Yes.
So the next question then becomes, if I own a condo and I sell it, I have to buy another condo if it's because it's a rental, right?
No, so it's like property for like property. And so it's pretty general. So I've even had, somebody who's had a larger property who has done a 1031 exchange and acquired smaller properties. So it's very, intermixable. It doesn't have to be it's not exact property for exact property. It's like property for like property.
Okay.
So, and there's also some, information about reversal, 1031, a reversal where we can talk about that on a different one. So we won't have to
get that one on me.
so confused. But that pretty much sums it up. So really, if you're thinking as an investor that you're thinking that I want to sell this property and do a 1031 exchange and acquire another property, then that's how you would go about doing it. You would want to make sure that you let your agent know. You will need a third party exchange company involved who will open up a file for that to house that for you during the time from your property closes until you acquire and close your second or whatever properties.
So I bet I can sum this up in 3 words.
Okay, go for it.
Consult a professional. Don't wing it.
I 100% agree. I know that there's been a lot of situations where the clients didn't know and they've come to me afterwards, and it's an unfortunate. So
okay.
Yes, there you go. Hopefully this was useful. And
yeah, give us, again, what did we miss? What would you like to hear about 1031 exchange? Because there are 2 more things that I wish I knew, but we don't have time. I want to keep the video short, but maybe we could do part 2.
Yes,
1031 part 2.
1031 reversals. All right, so thanks so much. Like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you again on Let's Talk Tuesday. Thanks, Jason.
Bye.
Bye.